transmission, here it is. Only 2 sidebands. The carrier is suppressed. Am I clear? Say yes or no? DSP-SC.
Yes, sir.
Only 2 sidebands are transmitted. Then what is that? Other carrier is, that is carrier signal is simply suppressed. Okay, so that the required power for DSP-SC is somewhat less when compared to amplitude modulation. Okay, so modulation means what? Generation or detection? Generation means modulation or demodulation? Tell me. Generation means
Modulation.
Modulation, sir.
Detection means
Demodulation.
Demodulation.
modulation. Okay. So now we are going to generation of double sideband suppressor carrier modulation. Generation of double sideband suppressor carrier modulation. What are the types of the DSP generation? What are the types of DSP generation? Last class I was tell you. What are those?
Balanced modulator,
modulator,
ring
ring
modulator.
Ring modulator. DSP generation can also be called as a
Product modulation.
product modulator because the output of the DSP is product of the message signal and the carrier signal. Am I right? Message signal and carrier signal. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then here the product modulators which are 2 types, that is balancer modulator and ring modulator. Okay. So in the double sideband suppressor carrier modulated wave consisting simply a product of baseband signal and carrier signal. Baseband signal and carrier signal. Okay. So unfortunately, in the DSP-SC modulation, single electronic device or component cannot generate the DSP-SC signal because it is a product. So 2 signals are mandatory. Okay, so that a device for achieving this product requirement, a device for achieving this product requirement, then the DSP modulation can also be called as product modulators. Then the product of or a device for achieving the product requirement is called as a product modulators. Okay. Out of this, the first one is the balancer modulator. The second one is the ring modulator. The first one is the balancer modulator. The second one is the ring modulator. See here. So this is the balancer modulator. This is the balance modulator. Okay. Wait 1 minute. Then in the balanced modulator, we are considering as 2 AM modulators. Before that, the statement for the balanced modulator is the balanced modulator will be considered as a one scheme that will be treated as a one scheme. This scheme which is used for generating a DSP-SC wave, the scheme name or that method name which is called it as a balanced modulator. Scheme or method or what is that will be called as a balanced modulator. For that, what it will consist is, it consists two AM modulators which are connected in identical position. Two AM modulators which are arranged in balanced configuration. So when what is the necessity? What is the necessity? We need to arrange the AM modulators in this identical position, means in the balanced position, means so due to arrangement of the two AM modulators, due to arrangement of the two AM modulators in identical position, the carrier is suppressed. The carrier is suppressed. Okay. Our aim is we need to suppress the carrier signal. For the purpose of suppressing the carrier signal, any two modulators which we arrange in identical position, in a identical position, that means balanced position. Whenever two AM modulators are arranged in identical position, automatically the carrier is suppressed. The carrier is suppressed. Listen, here what I am telling is, I am not deleting or eliminating the carrier. Just I am suppressing the carrier. And just I am suppressing the carrier. Now here we are considering as this is one AM modulator. This is another AM modulator. This is M of t. This is minus M of t. Here AM modulator means what? Tell me. Output of the amplitude modulation. Output of the amplitude modulation, that is represented as S1 of t. This is AM modulator 2. This is AM modulator 1. This is AM modulator 2. Okay. Then we are considering as the input is minus M of t. Okay. Now this will be represented as output of AM of 2. That is S2 of t. Okay. See, what are the basic requirements for any modulator? What are the basic inputs?
Message signal and carrier.
It's a signal, carrier signal. So here what we will do is, after taking the output from the two AM modulators, S1 of t and S2 of t, we are adding here, we'll get the output is S of t, that S of t which is represented as balanced modulator output. Okay. First what we will do is, we need to calculate the output of the AM modulators from both the modulators, that is AM modulator 1 and AM modulator 2. Okay. So here, for getting the AM modulator 1, the required inputs are message signal and carrier signal. Am I right or not? Message signal and carrier signal. Okay. Ma, just respond yes sir. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for the AM modulator, we require two inputs. For the AM modulator, we require two inputs. This is one input. This is the M of t. This is the M of t. This is another input. This is another carrier signal. This is the carrier signal. Now, for this, one more input is this is, other input is this one. Okay. This is the message signal always taken from the source. Already we know that. The message signal which is taken from the source. But from where the carrier signal is taken? From the oscillator. From the oscillator. Okay. So the oscillator means, what is the definition of the oscillator? What is the definition of the oscillator? What is the definition of the oscillator? Without any input, it produces the signal, produces the output. That is a oscillator. Say yes or no. What is the definition of the oscillator? Vidya? Divya, not Vidya, Divya.
Sir,
What is the definition of the oscillator?
without any input, it produces output, sir.
Produces output. So that we need
Output.
to take the oscillator here. The oscillator generates the signal that is given to input, that is given as a carrier input to AM modulator, as well as the carrier input to this AM modulator. Okay, so that this is one input to the AM modulator, that is message input. This is another input to the AM modulator, carrier input. Similarly, one input to this AM modulator, then another input to this AM modulator. By adding these two, we'll get the output is S1 of t, where S1 of t is the output of the AM modulator. So that already we know that what is the amplitude modulated by with time domain? S1 of t equal to Vc into 1 plus k m of t into cos of 2 omega ct, where omega c is the 2 pi fc. Am I right or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So S1 of t equal to Vc into 1 plus k m of t into cos 2 pi fct. Cos 2 pi fct. Then we need to calculate other output from the AM cos, that is S2 of t. Then S1 of t is, we'll get AC into 1 plus k m of t into cos 2 pi fct. But S2 of t is, we'll get the output is, the input is minus m of t. Other input is Vc cos 2 pi fct. So by taking these two are the inputs for the AM modulators, we'll get the output S2 of t is S2 of t equal to Vc into 1 minus Ka into m of t into cos 2 pi fct. Cos 2 pi fct. Why the symbol here gets a minus? Why will get a minus here? Negative symbol.
Minus m of t is minus.
Very good. Okay. The applied message input as negative. The applied message input as negative. Okay. Then we will get the output as, that is Vc into 1 minus Ka m of t into cos omega ct, where omega c is 2 pi fc, where omega c is the 2 pi fc. Okay. Then here by adding S1 of t and S2 of t, we get the value of S of t, that is the balanced modulator. That is the balanced modulator output. Okay. So that here this is plus is there, minus is there. So that we will get S of t equal to, we'll get S1 of t minus S2 of t. That is S of t equal to S1 of t minus S2 of t. By simplifying these two equations, we'll get 2 Ka, that is, shouldn't call it AC plus Vc Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct. Then Vc minus Vc Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct. After simplifying, by adding these two, subtract the S2 of t from S1 of t, we'll get the output as 2 Ka Vc into cos 2 pi fct into m of t. Okay. Where 2 Ka is the scaling factor. Where 2 Ka is the scaling factor. Then Vc cos 2 pi fct is, what is this? Message signal or carrier signal? This one.
Carrier signal, sir.
Then
Carrier.
this is
Message signal, sir.
message signal. Then what is the relation between this one and this one? Product addition or subtraction?
Product, sir.
Product, sir.
Then what is the output of the DSP?
Product of carrier signal, message signal.
Product of message and carrier. This is the product of message and carrier. Finally, from the generation of the balanced modulator, what will get the output except the scaling factor? The product of message signal and carrier signal. The product of the message signal and carrier signal. Okay. So that the final statement for the balanced modulator is, except the scaling factor 2 Ka, except the scaling factor 2 Ka, the balanced modulator output is equal to the product of message signal and the carrier signal. Whenever the relation between the message and carrier signal will catch a product, then it will be called as, that is a DSP output. Okay, so the DSP output which is generated by using the balancer modulator is 2 Ka into C of t into M of t, where 2 Ka is scaling factor, where Ka is amplitude sensitivity, so that the Ka is a constant value. Ka is constant value. That is the balancer modulator. Once again, I am telling you here, this is the balancer modulator. The balancer modulator which is used to generate the DSP-AC signal. Okay, so for the purpose of the generating the DSP-AC signal, we require 2 AM modulators and 1 oscillator and 1 summer. The 2 AM modulators which are used to suppress the carrier signal. Oscillator which is used to generate the carrier input to the AM modulator. The summer which is used to add both the outputs of AM modulators. Then we'll get the DSP-AC output. So in the balancer modulator, our aim is to suppress the carrier component. How we will suppress the carrier component means, whenever any of the 2 modulators which are arranged in balancer configuration, any of the 2 AM modulators arranged in balancer configuration, automatically the carrier signal is suppressed. Once again, I am telling you, here I am not eliminating or deleting the carrier component, just suppressing the carrier component. Are you clear? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for the purpose of suppressing the carrier signal, considering as 2 AM modulators. Okay, because why I am considering as AM modulator is, AM modulator is already developed before the DSP-AC. So we have the option is only the AM modulators. That's why here I am considering as 2 AM modulators. 2 AM modulators are arranged in balancer configuration. Automatically the carrier signal is suppressed. But we need to calculate the output of the AM modulator here, so that the AM modulator requires 2 inputs. One input is directly given to source, that is a message input. Other input is taken from the oscillator. Already we know that the definition is, the oscillator means without giving any input, it produces the signal. That is an output. So from the oscillator, first time given to the carrier signal to the input for this. Then by applying the M of t is the message input, C of t is the carrier input to the AM modulators. It will generate the output of the AM modulator is S1 of t. That is S1 of t equal to Vc into 1 plus k M of t cos omega ct, where Vc is carrier amplitude, Ka is amplitude sensitivity, M of t is message signal, Fc is carrier frequency. Then same procedure here. Here it is AM modulator 2. It requires 2 inputs except the sign reversal. Because here we are giving as a M of t. Here we are applied as a minus M of t. Except the sign reversal is but in one of the input signal, the everything should be the same. Everything should be the same. So that here minus M of t is applied as the negative input to the AM modulator. Then another one which is given as the carrier input. The carrier input which is taken from the oscillator. By taking these two as inputs to the AM modulators, it will give the output as S of t. That is, S of t is same as that of output of S1 of t, except the sign reversal here, because the applied input here it is a sign reversal. So that S2 of t equal to Vc into 1 minus k M of t into cos 2 pi fct. Same terms, here Vc is carrier amplitude, Ka is amplitude sensitivity, M of t is message signal, Fc is carrier frequency. So here as per the summer, so this is plus M of t, so that here I am giving as a positive. This is minus M of t, so that here we are given as a negative. So that subtract the lowest value from the highest value. So for that S of t equal to S1 of t minus F2 of t. After simplifying this by using this formula, we'll get the output is that is 2 Ka Vc cos of 2 pi fct, where 2 K is the scaling factor, Ac into cos 2 pi fct is the carrier signal, M of t is the message signal. So the relation between the carrier signal and the message signal is the product relation. So that except the scaling factor 2Ka, the output of the S2 of t is the product of the carrier signal and the message signal. Hence, the output of the DSBSC signal is proved. The output of the DSBSC signal is proved. Okay. So that is represented as the balanced modulator. That is represented as a balanced modulator. Okay. So coming to the second generation, that is ring modulator. Coming to second generation, that is a ring modulator. Compared to balanced modulator, the ring modulator is very important. The ring modulator is very important. Okay. See here, one of the most important generation of the DSB SE is, or one of the most useful product modulator that is well suited for the generation of the DSB SE wave is ring modulator. DSB SE wave is ring modulator. Okay. Vishwas,
Sir.
class అయిపోతుంది నాకు ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకున్న వెంటనే రిమైండ్ చెయ్యి మీకు ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ పీపీటీస్ అన్ని సెండ్ చేస్తాను మీ గ్రూప్ లో
ఓకే సార్
నాకు ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకోవడం వెంటనే చేస్తాను మళ్ళీ ల్యాప్టాప్ కష్టం అయిపోతుంది మళ్ళీ
ఓకే సార్
రోజు అట్లనే మర్చిపోతున్నాను సెకండ్ యూనిట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వెంటనే మళ్ళీ నాకు గుర్తు చేయి మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ యూనిట్ చేసేస్తాను
ఓకే సార్
అట్లా యూనిట్ అయిపోయిన వెంటనే గుర్తు చేయ
ఓకే సార్ ఓకే
ఈ రోజు మాత్రం ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ గుర్తు చేసేస్తా Now this is the ring modulator. So the ring modulator is a double balanced modulator because from it's one of the most useful product modulator that is well suited for generation of the DSBSC generation is that is a ring modulator. Okay, see here why the name it is called as ring modulator. Okay, here we are considering as 4 diodes. This is one diode, this is another diode, this is another diode, this is another diode. Okay, see here based upon the arrangement of the diodes in this diagram we can get the name it is called as ring. How means from let us consider this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. The arrangement of the diodes is from A to B, from B to C, C to D, D to A. A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. Okay. So the 4 diodes form a ring like this. This one, this one, this one, again this one. So lastly it will goes to in this direction. See the direction. So from this to this. So again like this the direction of the diode. From again direction like this. From again direction is like this. Okay. So the 4 diodes form a ring in which all the points in the same way. In this direction, in this direction, in this direction. Same way means based upon the direction of the diode. Okay, so all the diodes or all the points in the same way, hence the name is called as ring modulator. Hence the name it is called as a ring modulator. Okay, so entire these diodes are already I told you in the generation of the AM, these diodes are controlled by square wave carrier input. Controlled by the square wave carrier input. Okay. So any modulator requires 2 inputs. What are those 2 inputs? Message signal or చెప్పండి message signal or hello audible
Sir, audible, sir.
Yeah, audible, sir.
For any modulator what are the inputs, basic inputs?
Carrier signal and message
Carrier
signal.
signal and message signal.
Message signal. Here what are the signals we have? This is message signal, one input. Am I right? Say
Yes, sir.
Sir,
this
yes,
is VC into cos omega c. This is the another input. This is the another input. But the carrier signal which is taken by means of by means of a two center tapped transformers. This is one transformer. This is another transformer. Okay. The carrier signal which is taken from the two between the two center tapped transformers. Okay. So all the diodes which is controlled by this carrier signal, controlled by this carrier signal. Okay. So the diodes are controlled by a square wave. This is input we are taken as a square wave here, especially for ring modulator. Okay, square wave carrier of frequency fc, because omega c will be represented as a, that is 2 pi fc, so that frequency will be treated as a fc. Okay, which is applied by means of a two center tap transformers. Okay, center tap transformers. Okay, now the operation is depends upon the diode condition. This diode D1 and D3 are outer diodes, D2 and D4 are inner diodes. Okay, so during a positive cycle, outer diodes, that is D1 and D3 are forward bias, D1 and D3 are forward bias. Then A is directly connected to C. A is directly connected to C. Previously I am telling A to B, that is A to B here. This will be represented as C. But the ring is like this, like this, like this, and like this. So whenever the outer circles are on, that is conducts or forward bias, automatically the inner conductors are reverse bias. Okay, so that when D1 and D3 are conducts, then A is connected to C because the current is flows like this, connected to C, and B is connected to D. M of T is multiplied by with the carrier signal. With the carrier signal. Now, during the negative half cycle, D2 and D4 are on. Ikkada previous case D1 and D3 are conducts for positive half cycle. But whereas in the case of the negative half cycle, D2 and D4 are conducts, then A is connected to B, and B is connected to C. So minus M of T is applied. So that here what I am telling is, the diodes are controlled by the square wave carrier input C of T with the carrier frequency Fc, which is applied by means of a two center tap transformer. For that, what we will do is, we assume that the diodes are ideal, then transformers are perfectly balanced. So previous condition of what we are considering, two AM modulators for the purpose of suppressing the carrier. Here we are considering as two transformers. Okay, so these two transformers are connected a balanced configuration. So carrier is suppressed. So previously modulators తీసుకున్నాము, ఇక్కడ transformers తీసుకున్నాం. Okay, that is depends upon the condition. Okay, so for the purpose of suppressing the carrier in the ring modulator, what we will do is, we assume that the diodes are ideal and transformers are perfectly balanced. Whenever the diodes are balanced, so carrier is suppressed. So for example, what I am telling, whenever D1, D3 are conducts, when the D1, D3 are conducts, whenever the carrier supply is positive. Okay, so listen carefully. The statement is, when the carrier supply is positive, the outer diodes are switched on, inner diodes are switched off, outer diodes are D1 and D3, inner diodes are D2 or D4. Whenever outer diodes are on, it presenting zero impedance. Similarly, whenever the inner diodes D2 and D4 are switched, on, because here these two diodes are, outer diodes are on, means automatically inner diodes are switched off. Then it presents the zero impedance. Okay, so then whereas the inner diodes are switched off. Inner diodes are switched off, presenting infinite impedance. Okay, so automatically the modulator multiplies the baseband signal by the value is +1. The value is the +1. Okay, next second condition. Whenever the inner diodes are switched on, outer diodes are switched off. Outer diodes are switched off. Then presenting zero impedance. Presenting zero impedance. Then the negative cycle is presented. Once again, I'm telling you here we are considering as 4 diodes which are connected in same way. Which are connected in same way. See the my cursor point. Which are connected in same way. Hence, the name it is called as ring. So that basically assume the diodes are ideal. These diodes are controlled by the center tap carrier, square wave carrier here, square wave carrier. So that whenever I am applying as the positive carrier from the carrier signal, outer diodes are switched on, inner diodes are switched off, presenting infinite impedance. Infinite, not infinity or zero. For what? For D1 and D3 are conducts. That is D1 and D3 are forward bias. D1 and D3 are forward bias. Okay. So whenever D1 and D3 are the forward bias, it presents infinite impedance. So that the modulator multiplies the baseband signal by +1. Good to bet on. That is +1. Then inner diodes are switched on, output diodes are switched off, presenting infinite impedance. Infinite impedance. Okay. So whereas the inner diodes are switched on, then it presents the impedance is 0. It presents the impedance is 0. Okay. So that whenever it presents the 0 impedance, it gives the output as the modulator multiplies the baseband signal by -1. Okay. So for positive half cycle, which is multiplied by the +1. For the negative half cycle, it multiplies by the -1. Okay. So the 4 diode form a ring, all the points in the same direction. Already I told you. Okay. So by switching of the diode is controlled by the square wave carrier C of T. Already I checked.